Hello dear friends, I do this video to share my vision of how we can go to what we call in Buddhism Awaken society, or in monotheism even on earth. Just before beginning, I would like to correct what I said in the video of August. I'm not mind emanation of Buddha. I'm a wisdom activity emanation of Buddha, and a manifestation of Padmasambhava. According to the Tibetan legend, it's the art manifestation. I guess it's what makes me grateful, because gratefulness is very linked to compassion. In the world compassion, you have the word passion. It's gratefulness is the energy of fire. So there's different level of compassion. Your first level is you become a warm person, and after compassionate. And when this warmness, compassion, this fire of art concentrates in contact with negativity, it's creates a powerful fire. And what is it's the essence of gratefulness. So how can we create a awakened society, or even an earth? First, we have to be very aware that we are in dark age. We are very far from that. But according to the Muslim prophecy, the Almighty will come in a time of infernus, and He will fill the world with peace and justice. So this Muslim prophecy talk about wars, but Almighty will be victorious on all these wars. But the work of Almighty is not to create wars, but is to fight for peace. We are actually in a state of war. We have social war, gender war, fight, gender oppression, patriarchy. We have economical fight and wars. We can see it on the newspaper every day. We have political fight and wars. So every great country like America, China, Russia want to be the greatest, the more powerful country. We have a spiritual war, fight. So and we have some fight in some spiritual tradition, for example, the Shiite and Sunnite are fighting in Islam. And in every spiritual tradition, there's some fight. People don't agree, or what to believe, what to do. So we are in the time of war and unfairness. So the Almighty will fight for peace and justice. So the war he has to do is not to create more fights, more wars, but to stop all these fights, all these wars, and to create the possibility of justice. And we are very, very far from that. So how can we go to that vision of a peaceful and a world full of justice? From my point of view, we have there's 8 conditions. I will call them pillars because from my point of view, if there lack one of these condition of pillars, it could not work. So let's begin with the first one. The first one is human fraternity and spiritual unity. So there's 2 points. First, so human fraternity, what does it mean? We should see ourselves first as human beings. It's about our identity, how first you see ourselves. Some people maybe see themselves are maybe what define themselves as French people or Japanese people or Russian or American or any kind of cultural identity. Yeah, that's true. There's different culture, we are different habits. That's true. But from my point of view, we should see ourselves first as human beings and then see ourselves as Turkish, like myself, or Japanese, and then also we have a spiritual identity. We can see ourselves like I don't know, first human being, and then yourself you can see like American people and maybe Jewish people. So you are human being, and second level is to be yourself, to see yourself as American people, and maybe Jewish or Christian. So that defines who we are. And of course, we have our own personality, and it defines us. In every country, there are so much different people. This there are so many people who are poisoned by who are touched by this poison of racism. Some people see themselves as higher being. Some white people think they are higher than black people or Chinese people or Asian people. Maybe some Muslim people think they are higher because they are in the spirituality of the last Prophet Muhammad. Or maybe the rich people think they are higher or better than others. We have not been successful like them. So So we should make an end to this to racism, and there's just one human race in the from the point of view of genetic, but from the point of view of nature, or who we are deeply. So I think for most of you it's quite clear. Hopefully. The second point of this pillar is spiritual unity. So what is about? Let's take for example the monotheism, Judaism, Christianism, and Islam, because it's one tradition. They are all linked to the prophet Abraham. I will talk of Abraham later. And for example, we can take the example of Buddhism. So Buddhism, it's from the external point of view, it's a non-theism spirituality. There's no God. We don't believe in God, and in monotheism, the prophet talked about God. So it seems that these two spiritualities, for example, are very different. And some stupid Buddhist teachers said that Buddhism is higher than monotheism because we don't believe on something we cannot see. They said that in monotheism there are no the teachings, the great teachings about non-duality, which is absolutely not true, because there is some teachings about non-duality. And for the other side, we have Judaism, Christianism, and Islam. They think that the Buddhists are kind people, but they are nice, but gentle, but they have not the greatness of God. I actually spoke with a rabbi, an American rabbi, Manny Friedman, who is a great rabbi. I respect very much his wisdom. And he told me that in Buddhism we have no link with infinite. We are called to realize our Buddha nature, our awakened primordial nature. So it's finite. Yeah, it's true. It's a finite, grounded, earth connected thing. Yeah. But in Buddhism, we talk also about Dharmakaya and Rigpa. Dharmakaya is the primordial ground from what all the universe manifests. There's Dharmakaya, the primordial ground, and then you have the Sambhu Kaya at the energetic level, and then we have Nirmanakaya, the manifestation of the world, universe, etc., the stars, the planets, humanity, and all its mess. So it seems that it's two spiritual traditions, they are too far. We cannot find any unity. But look, let's look deeper. we are human beings, you know, we look very different physically, you know, there are black people, white people, Chinese people, Asian type, etc., etc. We have different cultures, but if we look deeper, what we see, we are human people. We share the same ability to wisdom, to compassion. So let's talk about how Buddhism and monism talk about the ultimate truth. So according to the sacred text of Buddhism and monism, it seems that we can find, if we look deeper, we talk about the ultimate truth, the infinite, if you want, or in Buddhism we talk about primordial. It seems that we talk exactly with the same qualities. First, we are agree on the fact that the Dharmakaya, or God, in the monism, it is unborn. Dharmakaya is unborn, and Rigpa, the primordial mind, it's something unborn. And in monism, God is unborn. Nothing gives birth to God. It gives birth to universe, the world, etc. And actually, it's the same thing for from the point of view of Buddhism. Dharmakaya manifests the world in the level of energy, and then in Nirmanakaya, it's our how can I say, the visible world, etc. So that's a good start, but it's not finished. So there's the second quality on that we can agree is that the ultimate truth is limitless in space. Dharmakaya is limitless in space, or we can say it is out of space. We cannot locate it somewhere. You know, it's everywhere because it's a basic ground of all phenomena. And in monism, you cannot locate it God somewhere. It is everywhere. For example, in Quran, it is said that God is closer to you than your friend who is just closer than you, just close to you. So we are talking of this kind of quality. We can say also the third quality is the ultimate truth is luminous. So for Rigpa, the primordial mind, we can say that it's luminous thing. Same thing for in monism. God created the light, and mystic, Jewish, Christian, and Muslim mystics talked about the luminosity. So I will not talk so much about that. We can connect to this luminous quality of the ultimate truth in Rigpa, in our primordial nature of a mind. One sometimes and with the help of spiritual practice, our mind becomes more luminous. It becomes also more space, peaceful, and so this luminous quality, we can connect to it actually with spirituality. The fourth quality of ultimate truth is how can I say, all pervasive. So what does that mean? The Dharmakaya, alors, and Nirmanakaya, Nirmanakaya is the basic ground of all phenomena. So it pervades all phenomena. It is the basic ground, so it is always present. We can sometimes connect to that. Actually, we connect to it all the times, but even if we are not aware of that. And it, in monotheism, it is said that God is all-powerful and all-knowing. So we are talking of the same quality of all-pervasive, omnipenetrant. The fifth quality of ultimate truth for the point of view of Buddhism is non-duality. So some stupid Buddhist teacher said that in Buddhism we have non-duality, emptiness, and in monotheism they are gentle, but we are greater than them because we have this great teachings about emptiness and non-duality, and they do not have. So I just read, I was reading the Old Testament Bible. So in the beginning of the Torah, so it talks about how God created universe in 7 days, and He creates Adam and Eve. How do you say in English? Eve, first woman. It is said that in the beginning, Adam and Eva was on heaven with God. Everything was perfect, and they were naked, no clothes, and they were not aware to be naked. And a snake come to Eve and tell her that she should taste the fruit of a tree of knowledge, and God told Adam and Eve not to touch this tree of knowledge. And the snake mislead Eve and succeed to that she takes the fruit and she tastes the fruit, and she advised also Adam to taste it, and naively he follow his wife, and he tastes the fruit. And what is very interesting that is after that they become aware that they were naked. Before tasting the fruit, they were not aware to be naked, They were in the innocent primordial life, and after that they taste this fruit, and they become aware to be naked, so they see each other naked, and so they begin to wear some clothes. So what this story are talking about is talking about non-duality. It's quite clear. Before taking the fruit, they were on non-duality. They are not aware to of being naked, and after tasting the fruit, they became aware of who they are. They see themselves are two, and they can see themselves. You know, I think Adam look at his body and say, "Oh my God, I'm naked. So maybe I should." And they begin to wear some clothes. And all the mess of our universe begins there. So maybe creating heaven on earth, an awakened society means to come back to this innocent primordial life of not being aware of duality, and so we probably have to come back to this non-dual innocent primordial life. And it seems that also some Jewish and Muslim mystics talks about non-duality. I think also that some Christian mystics talk about that, but I think that these texts have been deleted from history probably by the Catholic Church, because their Catholic Church tried for 2000 years to control the dogma of Christianism, and very probably they delete this text. And also there's another point about these non-duality teachings. We have to be aware that the prophets, they teach public teachings for everybody, and it is clear that there were secret, we say esoteric secret teachings. So we can see that, for example, in the Gospel of Thomas. Clearly, it is said that Jesus Christ were teaching some special teaching to Thomas, and not to the other followers of Jesus Christ at this time. So it is, from my point of view, impossible that these great prophets like Jesus Christ, Prophet Mahomet, or Moses, how could this great prophet ignore the non-duality of this truth of non-duality? Even, so a lot of mystics in history, they talk about that you don't need to be a prophet or to know that. So in Hinduism, I'm not specialist of Hinduism, but I guess that Hinduism, some great mystic in Hinduism, they talk about that. So it is impossible that this great prophet ignore this truth of non-duality. So I think it stay in the esoteric, secret, oral teachings, and in indirect way, it is said said in the just the beginning of the Bible, Torah. So this is the fifth quality. I forget one point about the fourth quality, the all-pervasive quality. This quality is quite important because it is this and mixed with the fifth quality who create the possibility of spirituality for humanity. If the ultimate truth were not wasn't all pervasive and not wasn't all pervasive, we could not connect to it. We will have Dharmakaya in one side, and the other side we will have humanity, or for in monotheism we will have God and humanity. If there was no this quality of all pervasive, there's no connection. They cannot connect to each other. So it is this quality who make possible the rise and the possibility of spirituality, because this ultimate truth is all pervasive. We human people, weak people, actually we are great people. I will talk about that. We can connect to God, to this the prophet can connect to it, some great being can connect to it. Actually, we are connecting to this quality all the time, but we are not aware of that. And we have to deepen this connection to this quality. So it is this fourth quality or pervasive who make possible the possibility of religion. So this is the mystery why these human people are, maybe some people wonder why religion exists. It exists because of the primordial quality of what give birth to universe. So we can also add some qualities or some mystic to talk about that these ultimate truth are non-changing. It doesn't change, so I think it's secondary things, because it's the ultimate truth is unborn, limitless in space, etc. So it is supposed that it will not change with time, of course. And we can also say what it is not. It is not no more masculine or feminine. So in monotheism, I talked to this rabbi, and he said he, the God, he's great. He creates the world. Why not using she? Because if we had to choose between masculine and feminine, who give birth in humanity? It's a woman. So we can say it is more true to say that she give birth to universe. She create the world, etc., etc. So why talking about God in the masculine things. From my point of view, there's any reason. It is clear that God is not human, so we cannot talk about he or she create something. So for I think we should use the neutral things. I'm sorry, maybe it's because I train so much in Buddhism, and in Buddhism we talk very much in neutral things. And in monotheism, they said that God is merciful, God is love, God forgives, He creates the world, so he or she creates the world. But it's just how the prophet, when they talk with people 3,000, 2,000 or 1,000 years ago, most of the people, they have low education. Most of them, they are not able to read or to write. And they have to talk about ultimate truth in a simple words. So they use this way of talking about that. And I respect that, and as a Buddhist also we should respect these great prophets. They are very wise and compassionate people, and they all know the ultimate truth, and we should respect them for that. Manifestation of Padmasambhava and wisdom activity of a Buddha, I pay respect to them. And actually I can say you that I would go to Middle East for a pilgrim to pay homage to these great prophets if I could do that. So I ask all the Buddhists to pay a great homage to this great prophet, to this great tradition. Also the Buddha teach that, and Padmasambhava also. I just read maybe a few months ago a book, Dakiniti. It was in the life of Geshe Sogyal, or maybe in the book Dakiniti Things. I will just take it. Wait a minute. I think it was in Dakiniti Things, or maybe in the life of Geshe Sogyal in Padmakara edition. There was very interesting things. Padmasambhava said we should respect all tradition as one taste. He was not talking about sectarism in Buddhism. He was talking about all spiritual tradition. And very interesting thing, he gives the antidote to that is sectarism arise, is become, it happens because of lack of study of the sacred text. So if we study all the sacred texts in monotheism and in Buddhism, and we compare that, now we have, in the modern world, we have access to all the sacred texts. which is not the case, just maybe just 100 years ago. And there is this story of Mapa. So the Buddhist know this story. Marpa was a Tibetan teacher, and he has to walk to India to get the teachings. There's no flight, no car, no train, and he worked for months from Tibet to India to get the teachings from Naropa. And we are very fortunate now. We can have access to this sacred text on internet, or we can buy the books on internet also. And if you want to see some great teachers, we just have to take a fly and for a few hours, and we have access to great teachers. But we have to be aware that 100 or 1,000 years ago it was not possible. It was quite difficult, so we have to be grateful to live in this world. We have access to all these great texts, and we should study them, compare them, and will understand by yourself that there's no great difference between this tradition. And I'm not a specialist of Hinduism, but I'm sure that the great Hinduist mystics, we are talking about the ultimate truth with the same quality. They use probably different words, but we are talking about the same thing. So it seems that, for example, this Buddhism and monism, there's no real difference. It's just external. It looks different, but if we look deeper and we study the sacred texts, it's all one. So we just have to. Spirituality, is about deepening our connection to the ultimate truth, to this quality, to the quality of present in our ultimate relative world. But the ultimate world and the ultimate world and the relative world, they are not separate. They are non-dual. So this is why we can practice and we can connect to it. So we have to deepen our connection to the ultimate, the primordial or infinite, like this Rabbi was calling. And we have to deepen our knowledge by study and follow the advice of Padmasambhava and study and compare the sacred texts, and we'll see that there's no difference. Like for human fraternity, maybe if I go to I don't know, to some village in South America with these people, great people, Native American people of South America, will look different. We have different culture. Maybe if I talk of my life, they will not understand. They will understand because now we are in a connected world, but we are all the same. So I think that's it. Oh, of course. This first pillar, of course, is connected to the Almighty, the Jewish called the Moshe. Of course, it is the same man, because according the Jewish tradition and the Muslim prophecy, the Moshe will bring peace and justice in the world. So, of course, they are Jewish and Muslim, they are waiting the same man. The Christian people, they are waiting for the beloved Jesus Christ. But according to the Muslim prophecy, Jesus Christ will come in the time of the Almighty. So, good news for everybody. You will have your Jesus Christ and your Almighty at the same time, because it is Jesus Christ who is destined to destroy the fake message. Very interesting subject. I will make a video about what I think about this prophecy of the fake message. I will give you my point of view about that, and we should prepare ourselves for that. I think it's maybe it could manifest in a few years. So maybe we will have hard time. So I will don't want to talk about so much about that, but so I will talk a special video for that. So this first pillar is connected, and it is very important, to the Almighty of the Moshe. What can unify all these stupid people on all countries and all these stupid people in spirituality? Who can unify them? The unifying figure or man is the Almighty of the Moshe. Until the Almighty or the Moshe manifest fully in the world, very probably the Jewish, Christian, Muslim, Buddhist, Hinduist, they will continue to fight. Because nobody told them, oh, hey guys, that's enough, please. Now we stop your childish, stupid play. We are talking about the same thing, so we please stop of this fight, wars. There are so many people who are being killed because of this spiritual fight and wars. So this great man will hopefully stop it. So do I forget something? I think that's all for this first pillar. So I would like to dedicate this first pillar to the Jewish people, because they are waiting for their Moshe for 3,300 years. Oh my God. It's so long time. So long time. They, Jewish people, they are really great. They have been patient, faithful. They are still faithful to God, to what Moses and the other prophet teach them. And I ask everybody to pay homage to them, to their passions, to their faithfulness, and I ask for Christian, Muslim people, and Buddhist people to really have a great. So, to finish this video about the first pillar and homage and respect for the Jewish people. I send all my love to all the Jewish people who will look at this video, and I will say that you have been great and you deserve the best, and hopefully you will have a great prophet in the future. I'm sure you will have. So I will finish to announce the second pillar, the second condition, and this one is dedicated to will be dedicated to women, because it is the pillar of rise of feminine energy and the end of oppression against and violence against women, which means the end of patriarchy. So take care and see you soon for the next video. Take care, bye.